A few things as heartbreaking as seeing a child have to fight cancer. It's a situation that Jason Sotiris found himself in with his daughter. The experience gave him a light bulb moment of something he could do at a time when he felt helpless. Decided to stop being a tradie and try and make a positive change for kids fighting cancer, starting with what they wear. I'll let him tell the story. He spoke to Justin Huntsdale today at Warilla Sporties, where the staff were getting behind his charity called Supertees. So I'm a tradie whose daughter went through 3 years of treatment for a rare type of cancer, and seeing her go through 3 years of treatment really got to me. I felt so useless and helpless as a dad. I wanted to try and make a difference for her. And through the years of treatment, I noticed how hard it was to keep her clean and hygienic when she had all the wires and tubes connected to her, and found how difficult it was just to keep her clothed. One night was really difficult when she was given chemo. She woke up, she coughed, she threw up, and as I'm trying to get a head start, navigating through all these wires and tubes, waiting for the nurse to come, I said out of frustration, why hasn't someone come up with something to make it easier for us to change our kids? It was a bit of a light bulb moment, and I started my journey of trying to reinvent the hospital gown. I've never sewn a button or made a t-shirt in my life, and the funny thing is I still don't know. But it really brought together a community of people who believed in the idea that, yes, the hospital gown has served its purpose. It's been around for a long time. And our kids, the children we love, they deserve better. So that's why we've made it into a costume.
So it's a costume, it's something attractive for them to look at, it's something they can get excited about wearing, and it's also practical. Let's start with the practical elements of the Supertee. What makes this a functional piece of medical equipment?
So we wanted to make something that made it easier for parents to change their children, for nurses to access vital areas, but whilst keeping dignity there for the children. But we wanted it to also be a symbol of something more. So we tried everything: Velcro, zippers, buttons, you name it. What we opted for was small little plastic press studs that run from the underarms down on either side and over the shoulders. So essentially it's two parts clipped together as one. But regardless of how many items of equipment that has been attached to the child, you can bypass it all. And being plastic press studs, they're MRI and PET scan friendly. They have underarms exposed for the thermometer checks that the nurses do every couple of hours. And it just makes it a lot easier to have this child covered and clean with everything that they go through. It's really become battle armor for them.
And talk to me about the designs, because on your website earlier I noticed there's some Marvel designs. Does this mean you've partnered with some pretty big organisations to produce these?
I have to say, as a tradie dad with no tertiary education, I've never been a CEO before, I've never worked in the not-for-profit sector, but it's always about this dream, this cause of being able to give something special to our children, and to be able to capture the attention and now have the support of the Walt Disney Company, and being able to display their Marvel designs where children can now become the Avengers that they see in the movies, really means so much to us. It's given it a whole different element where children can now embody those superhero powers and become their own hero in their own story.
Yeah, the kids must be so excited. It's not just a colourful design or an animal or something like that. It's actually a recognisable brand and character for them.
Yeah, they become Captain America, or they become Captain Marvel. And it's great to see the nurses play along, the parents play along. And it's just wonderful, these stories I hear of bravery and courage of kids running through those surgery doors or holding out that arm, ready to take that needle. They're wearing them on their first day of school. They're wearing them for their test results, their scan results. It's really become something amazing, and I'm very proud of it.
My name's Gary Layton. I'm the CEO of Warilla Sports Club. We're always looking for opportunities and projects that suit our purposes, and this one came along last year and we jumped on board without hesitation.
What was it about this particular charity that made you want to get involved with them?
Helping kids in their battles, with health issues. That's the main reason, and it's also a feel-good story for our staff and a good morale booster. Yeah, so today we've invited our catering, our board of directors, and also our club management and staff. We've got about 15 or 20 staff here today volunteering their times, and everyone's helping out and having a good time for a great cause. We're doing something that's, hopefully can help brighten a moment in time for a young child battling a health condition. They'll walk away with a sense of pride and feel good about the place where they work and the things that we support.
So we're packing 200 here today at Warilla. How often do you do these sorts of visits, and how many of these Supertees end up in the hospital system in New South Wales or Australia?
Well, we're actually a very small team. There's only about 4 or 5 of us that are working for Supertee, and we rely heavily on the help of volunteers. And what makes it so great when we work with clubs such as Warilla Sports Club, they have the space, they have staff, they're looking to support their local community. So we have brought all these unpacked items from our warehouse, and we are now challenging them to work together as a team to form a production line. That's the fun part. We demonstrate how to pack one, and then we say to them, good luck, as we take a sip of our coffee and watch what happens. And they have to work together. But it's also that moment when they've completed this challenge, they can look and see the difference that they can make as a club, as a team. And it's just going to be a great time to be able to take them straight from here to the hospital, where they'll be handed over to the nurses ready to hand out on their behalf.
You said you felt pretty helpless back in the day when you were trying to help your daughter. How has creating Supertees changed the way that maybe even you feel about yourself and the difference you can make?
Yeah, it's a great question. I remember a friend saying to me that psychologically I've never left the hospital. My daughter thankfully managed to finish treatment. She survived a 20% chance of survival. To be able to go back to hospital and see children in that hospital bed, I see her. But now I feel like I can do something. The impact it has on our parents, seeing our children go through everything that they must go through, and it's only them that can go through it. We're really sidelined here. To be able to give them something that helps them feel more comfortable and hopefully a little bit more brave, I feel useful now, and I hope I am. I hope I can continue to make even a 1% difference to everything.